Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Thank you for choosing Leader Rides. We'll soon start our descent to the South Saskatchewan River. Please return to your seats and keep your seat belt locked at all times. We'll start our approach to Leader after the river. We have no fuel or energy to get up the ridge, so it's doubtful that we'll make it.
56 minutes, distance 90.2 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 26 kilometers per hour, heart rate 139 BPM.
Please make yourselves as light as possible. If you can open a window and throw out your baggages, that will help the successful of this enterprise. Thank you again for choosing Leader Rides, and we hope to see you on the next ride. If you want to see a grown man cry like a baby, stay tuned for the next half hour. This is not even starting. I can't even do this. What's my speed now? Minus. It's negative speed, yes.
Time 3 hours 7 minutes, distance 90.5 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 19 kilometers per hour, heart rate 146 BPM.
So this was the first 100 kilometers ride of the year. Went north past Etonia and head off and up in Etonia. A couple more bites 5 minutes ago, and I don't have full power to pedal anymore. So let's see if I can get home or I can get a ride or whatever. It is very difficult. Wind was from the north, but it calmed down when we turned back. Much less windy now.
3 hours 58 minutes, distance 90.8 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 15 kilometers per hour, heart rate 149 BPM.
It's expected the wind calm down. It's later in the day. Even the prognostic was said the wind will calm down, but it calmed down too much. I could see on the water puddles by the road there was no agitation coming back down, coming back south. Was going north, the water was very, very agitated. I don't know, I'm gonna do the climb after the river, but this is the road bicycle, so I can't even speak. So just keep pedaling and it will get there. It will get us there.
Time 3 hours 59 minutes, distance 91.1 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 17 kilometers per hour, heart rate 145 BPM.
On the Monster bicycle, it's not guaranteed. The Monster bicycle is twice as heavy. Tires don't roll up at all. It has suspension to sup our power. But on the road bicycle, let's keep on pedaling and you'll get there. I'm gonna do the climb very slowly. I can barely pedal. We'll see. Certainly, I'll make it much easier than yesterday. Unfortunately, the camera didn't record yesterday, but I went hard on the climbs yesterday. Not today, though.
Time 4 hours, distance 91.5 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 26 kilometers per hour, heart rate 141 BPM.
When I did 100 kilometers last year, I also left the climb to the end of that was not smart. So I learned my lesson and I'm doing exactly the same thing. I don't know what lesson about that. That's not what you expected. We're going 50 clicks an hour, no pedaling, resting. Some pain on the feet, nothing as much as on the monster bicycle. 55 clicks. Not used to this. 57, let's take a bit
Time,
more.
4 hours, 1 minute. Distance, 92.3 kilometers. Over
60.
the last minute you average. Speed, 48 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 128 BPM.
61. The cows are gonna be surprised. I didn't rest enough. I should stay here, make friends with some cow instead of pedaling back up. Don't forget relaxing the shoulders and neck.
Time, 4 hours, 2 minutes. Distance, 93.3 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 56 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 121 BPM.
So I'm doing the shoulder and neck relaxation. When I was young, I was a triathlete. No need to do shoulder and neck exercises because I used to swim. Now I don't swim anymore. My neck gets very stiff. I don't do the morning exercises like Victor Campanart. I should do like that, right? I just do it during the ride. Every hour do a bit of movement on the neck and shoulders. Seems to be
Time,
working better
4
than
hours, 3 minutes.
last year.
Distance, 93.9 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 37 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 123 BPM.
When I turned back 40 kilometers ago, I thought I would be done by 4 hours and 20. It's not gonna happen. I did carry a higher heart rate coming back. I just want to get home earlier. I should have kept it easy, but nah. So coming back south, in spite of the wind.
Time, 4 hours, 4 minutes. Distance, 94.3 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 27 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 136 BPM.
In spite of the wind calming down on the second half of the ride, it was much easier coming back. It's I think we lose more altitude than we gain. There was still a bit of wind, and I put a bit more heart rate into it. Okay, the climb is gonna start and I don't like it. I don't want it. I'm too tired for this.
Time, 4 hours, 5 minutes. Distance, 94.8 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 25 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 138 BPM.
Yeah, I still have half an hour to get home. And I'm too tired for that.
95.2 kilometers over the last minute you averaged. Speed 23 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 137 BPM.
So this bicycle is about 8 kilos lighter than the Monster bicycle. I am 12 kilos lighter than last year. So I have 20 kilos less to take up the ridge, take up the hill. 20 kilos, that's a lot, eh? Also, this bicycle much more rigid, doesn't absorb the power I put on the pedals, rolls much better, and I'm younger than last year, that's for sure. Oh, I mean older, right? Oh, come on, that's not cool.
Time 4 hours 7 minutes. Distance 95.6 kilometers over the last minute you averaged. Speed 23 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 138 BPM.
Yeah, now it's gonna start to slow down like crazy. I'm not even gonna try, just see if I can get home. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Yeah. Just flip to the small ring already? Not yet. Have a sip of water. I should empty the water bottles.
Time 4 hours 8 minutes. Distance 95.9 kilometers over the last minute you averaged. Speed 19 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 139 BPM.
Yeah, yesterday I was 10 kilometers faster than today here. I slowed down over there, but I'm still gonna slow down today. Right now. Oh yeah, let's go. So now I have 500 or more kilometers on this bicycle. How do I like it? Savor Whirlwinds 3.0. It's the best bicycle I ever had. So that tells you whatever I say, it doesn't matter anymore. I never had a better
Time
bicycle.
4 hours 9 minutes. Distance 96.1 kilometers over the last minute you averaged. Speed 13 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 138 BPM.
My triathlon bike from the 80s was more expensive than this, but it was a bicycle from the 80s. It was crap. That bicycle have a down tube friction shifters. You remember those? Of course not. You don't even know those exist. 10 speed. 10 speed total, not 10 speed on the cassette. You had to shift both at the same time, the front derailleur and the back derailleur, to get a better.
Time 4 hours 10 minutes. Distance 96.3 kilometers over the last minute you averaged. Speed 11 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 136 BPM.
You shift both at the same time to have a better range of gears. Did it break? Almost break, yeah. I never, well, I only went to a wall once, but because the car pushed me, not my fault, right? So this bike is wonderful. The best shifting I ever had. If you're not competing, if you're not in a race, you don't need better shifter than this. Even if you only do time trials, this shifting is good enough. Very good wheels, has light, it's very rigid.
Time 4 hours 11 minutes. Distance 96.5 kilometers over the last minute you average. Speed 10 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 137 BPM.
Maybe you can hear that it's time to retighten the bottom bracket. Are there problems with this bicycle? Yes, of course. Of course there are. The crankset is not the best. It twists. As I apply force on the left or right, it moves from the left or right. So the front radial, it's difficult to adjust because the chain ring moves from side to side. What else? Oh, the cassette is ridiculous. The gear range is ridiculous.
Time 4 hours 12 minutes. Distance 96.6 kilometers over the last minute you average. Speed 9 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 139 BPM.
The gear range is ridiculous. Go 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 24, 28, and 32. So the jump from 13 to 15 to 17 is too big. I can't push the difference between 15 and 17. That's ridiculous. And then from 24 to 28, there's almost no difference. What's the point? So I want a cassette with a closer range on the higher gears. Less this, closer range, and wider range.
Time 4 hours 13
with the more
minutes.
tricks.
Distance 96.8 kilometers over the last minute you average. Speed 8 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 143 BPM.
So I ordered a different cassette. It was not ideal, but instead of 11, 13 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, it had 11, 12 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. They sent me the 11, 13 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Come on. That's not what I order. That's not what you advertise. So I was upset with that. Now I don't know what to do with that cassette. Well, what else is strange on this bicycle? Oh, the cable housing. All of them are too long. I'll have to cut them.
4 hours 14 minutes. Distance 96.9 kilometers over the last minute you average. Speed 8 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 143 BPM.
I'll have to cut them. So I ordered a tool. Another $23. Come on. Then I had to cut the seat post. This is a 48 centimeters bicycle, and I still had to cut the seat post. The seat post, right? I want to cut the what's called fork tube thing, but I didn't make a straight cut on the seat post, so I'm afraid of working on the fork tube thing.
Time 4 hours 15 minutes. Distance 97.1 kilometers over the last minute you average. Speed 9 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 142 BPM.
Another thing strange is the bottom bracket. When I got it, it didn't rotate almost. And Bibi would not approve it. So now that I have 500 kilometers, I'm gonna remove the chain and see if it rotates more loosely. What else? The hoods, the brakes, the shift and brake combination were set up too high. You have to put it lower. I'm not a fan of the
Time 4 hours 16 minutes, distance 97.3 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 11 kilometers per hour, heart rate 141 BPM.
What's the name of this thing? The handlebar. I'm not a fan of the handlebar, but it's best handlebar I have had. Of course, the saddle they give you with the bicycle, it's just bonus. You're supposed to get your own saddle and your own pedals. So we can't really complain there, right? It's just so you can ride the bicycle on the first day you receive it if you want. What else did I do? I did replace the tubes.
Time 4 hours 17 minutes, distance 97.5 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 16 kilometers per hour, heart rate 138 BPM.
I did replace the inner tubes on the tires because people were complaining that they were puncturing to both tires at the same time. I got expensive inner tubes. Wow, that was expensive. But I've done 500 kilometers with them. I hit a couple of potholes that I didn't see really hard, and everything is still going. The tires they claim to be 25 millimeters. I measured 23. I don't know why they say it's 25. The tires do say 25 on the tire wall, but inside they had a sticker with 23.
Minutes, distance 97.9 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 21 kilometers per hour, heart rate 134 BPM.
Of course, to get inside of the tire, you have to take the red pill, and not everybody takes the red pill, so people don't know it says 23 inside. I asked the GCN what the heck is this of the 23-25 thing, but they prefer to answer questions that are easily found on Google than answer questions that you cannot find on Google. I don't use Google, I use DuckDuckGo. Sorry about the Google thing. DuckDuckGo is the way to go. What else? Upgrades. The only upgrade I want to do is the crankset. Everything else is fine to me.
Time 4 hours 19 minutes, distance 98.3 kilometers, over the last minute you average. Speed 23 kilometers per hour, heart rate 135 BPM.
If I could afford, I would buy a power meter. I can't afford it. No, there's no way. There's no way I can afford that shit. That's my review on the road of the Savo Warwick. I'm gonna take some pictures on the road of it, but I didn't clean it before this ride, so it's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad, right? Go! Can you see it? Can you see this is my bicycle? I like it.
Time 4 hours 20 minutes, distance 98.7 kilometers, over the last minute
I
you
like
average.
it.
Speed 22 kilometers per hour, heart rate 137 BPM.
Am I gonna drop the camera? No. Should I tuck down for the descent? That's fine. Can you see the bicycle? Is it too dirty? It's too dirty, right? And this is my cockpit. I'm really tired. That's the last climb to do today. I think I'll make it. It was good talking to you during that climb. It distracted me from the climb at all, so that's good. Did I take a picture of the crank already? Yeah, I did.
Time 4 hours 21 minutes. Distance 99.1 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed 25 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 140 BPM.
And this is your captain from Leader Rides. Thank you for choosing Leader Rides.
Time 4 hours 22 minutes. Distance 99.5 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed 27 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 134 BPM.
I don't want to do this. It looks easy, right? It's very difficult. Very difficult.
Time 4 hours 23 minutes. Distance 100.1 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed 32 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 133 BPM.
How come I'm already over 100 kilometers? That's not right, man. How do I go to the small ring like this? So let's take it easy now. You see it increases the gradient over there. I'm already 11 clicks. There's no hurry today. Just make it home before sunset. Come on.
Time 4 hours 24 minutes. Distance 100.3 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed 14 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 139 BPM.
There's no rush. There's no rush. I'll speed up after the hill until the North Allowance Road and mark a segment starting and ending there. I don't know if I ever do this again. Remember, this year I want to go farther, not faster. So I have no pain on the knees, very little pain on hands,
Time
feet
4
and
hours 25
sitting
minutes.
organ.
Distance 100.5 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed 10 kilometers per hour. Heart rate 139 BPM.
So I don't know, the feet used to hurt a lot on the Monster bicycle, but I used to have SPD like pedals, the mountain bike skinny pedals, small contact surface, and maybe my shoes are not stiff enough, they would flex. I'm guessing that's the difference, because I used to have lots of pain on the bottom of the feet, whatever it's called, and now this year I'm fine because I have the lock system
Time,
cleats.
4 hours 26 minutes. Distance, 100.6 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 8 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 138 BPM.
So these cleats are much wider than the mountain bike cleats. I'm guessing that made a difference. So I'm now completely exhausted, no energy, no power. And I'm talking to you, and I'm doing the same speed as I would do on the monster bicycle when I was trying to do my personal best up here. Kind of.
Time, 4 hours 27 minutes. Distance, 100.8 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 7 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 141 BPM.
Yeah, I used to go 8 or 9 at 165 or 70. But I'm 20 kilos lighter in the aggregate of engine and chassis of person and bicycle. It's 20 kilos lighter, man. That's lots of kilos. And no suspension on the bicycle. So it's time to retighten the bottom bracket and rewax the chain.
Time, 4 hours 28 minutes. Distance, 100.9 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 7 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 142 BPM.
This is what I remember of the road bicycles. If you keep pedaling, you'll get there. Doesn't matter. Just keep pedaling. How easy it has to be, you'll get there. It's not like on gravel. The gravel here is really soft. If you go on the same day or a couple days later, then the grader pass and
Time, 4 hours 29 minutes. Distance, 101 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 8 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 140.
something like every 2 weeks they re-level the gravel on the roads here, and it becomes too soft. So if you go on a small incline and you have the wind on your front, you can barely do 10 kilometers an hour. And then the wind has a burst. You can see the burst coming because the burst lifted a lot of dust from the ground. When that burst hits you,
Time, 4 hours 30 minutes.
you almost
Distance,
stop on the
101.8
bicycle.
kilometers.
It's
Over the last
ridiculous.
minute you average. Speed, 9 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 139 BPM.
It's ridiculous. So it doesn't mean on the gravel bicycle with the soft gravel roads, it doesn't mean if you keep pedal you get there. It's not guaranteed. It's not like a road bicycle. Not at all. So yep, it's getting very easy. Somehow my right quad hurt it a bit, so I alleviate the pressure a bit, and I'm gonna try to relax it. Can't relax quads on the climb. It's almost flat but still going up. So pedal with the hamstrings which makes
Time,
your
4 hours,
sitting
31
organ
minutes. Distance,
hurt more.
101.4 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 13 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 138 BPM.
It's all downhill now. It's all downhill now. Okay, if I collapse now, somebody would see me, and I shouldn't freeze overnight, lying down on the fields. This is Saskatchewan. It's dangerous. Nights are dangerous.
Time, 4 hours, 32 minutes. Distance, 101.8 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 20 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 138 BPM.
So the plan for tomorrow is to complete 160 kilometers. I don't know how many kilometers I did. She just told me it's 102. How come it was 101 just 20 minutes ago? 102 kilometers. So if I do 60 tomorrow, it'd be nice. But if I'm tired, I'll just make a rest there. I don't have to do anything at all.
Time, 4 hours, 33 minutes. Distance, 102.2 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 25 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 135 BPM.
Okay. 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 I'm still putting some pressure on the pedals. But that's much better than last year. You can see my 100 kilometers from last year on Strava, and you'll see that last 4 or 5 kilometers, yeah, I couldn't pedal. I didn't have enough food or water. I didn't plan to go for 100 kilometers.
4 minutes. Distance, 102.6 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 24 kilometers per hour. Heart rate.
Last year there was no wind on the 100 kilometer ride. That's why nice. But of course, already did no problem. Well, more problems. I suspect. Yeah, and I checked. This year I already did 80 kilometers twice with no problem. Well, with a little problem. No problems. So I suspected this would be okay. Only drank 1 liter of water because it's so cold, and I'm not using glycogen. Yeah, I'm not using glycogen.
Time, 4 hours, 35 minutes. Distance, 103 kilometers. Over the last minute you average. Speed, 24 kilometers per hour. Heart rate, 146 BPM.
I'm in ketosis for the last month. That's how I lost 12 pounds, 12 kilos. Did I say 12 kilos? I lost 14 kilos, not 12. So I still have 7 kilos to go. To get to 9. Triathlon works. Which is possible, right? I'll be fatter, but I have no muscular mass, so I should get to the second weight. This is it. This is the end of the loop. And I just went home. sometimes the bad news. We call it the air ambulance. Could be the air ambulance, right? One more month and I should be able to do the summer intro for the channel. But instead of being inside the car, I'll film myself crossing the river.